저희 작업은 아마 이번 전시하고 좀 연관이 많다고 생각하는데 오브제 또는 일상생활에서 많이 쓰는 용품을 한테 새로운 인생을 주는 그런 작업을 많이 하고 있잖아요.
So we have quite a variety of objects in our artwork. We have specially made artworks out of nothing, like, and then we have antiquities, or we have collected artworks of any kind of artist. Some are expensive, some are not. Then we have material also, just pure material, let's say from the hardware store. And we also have paraphernalia from all-day life, or some might refer to as garbage. So all that is actually more or less the same, depending on how much importance you pay to it. And what's so interesting for us in mainly used objects is that they connect us to the past, and the past is defining what we are today. And when you go in our show here, you don't look at the objects. What we would like you to do is connect to the past.
저희는 작업할 때 상당히 메소딕하게 작업을 하는 편인데요. 작업에서 발견하시듯이 프랑켄슈타인 아시죠? 이렇게 저렇게 해가지고 어떤 사람이 하나 되잖아요. 이상하게 생긴. 그래서 그런데 그 생명력을 가지잖아요. 그래서 그게 좀 대표적인 방법이라고 생각하고요. 또는 뭐 여러 가지 있는데 오버래핑 하거나 또는 해체해서 다시 합치거나 뭐 여러 가지 방법들이 있는데 그 작품 따라 조금씩 다르다고 생각합니다.
If you go in this show of more or less object art, a painting is also an object for us, or you can see it as an object of value, for example, more or less high, depending on who wants to have it. Then go in this show, don't look at the objects. What you should look at is the method, how we treat the object. How can you treat an object? Normally, you treat it in. People think you can treat an object in two ways. You can split it apart, or you can put it back together. So if you paint it, that means you put it back together. You put the paint on the object, okay? So the rest is cutting, but that's not true. As we found out last century, from the middle of last century, there are also ways of entangling objects over distance. You have actually the same objects in different places. If you change one object, the other changes too. And you also have the effect of interference of an object. And you have the method or the possibility of overlap objects visually. So they're not really connected, but they are also not really separated. And there are some more, just you have to think them up, which is difficult. Also, when you look at the objects, you have to see that we have more sophisticated methods, as Nayoung said, that we have Frankensteining, which means you cannibalize an object and then you put it back together in a different way. And then you overpaint it and you don't see anything of the method, but it's still there, it's necessary to make it. It's necessary in order to make the object to apply this method. And there are different methods. Also we have a method we use which is 4-dimensional core X-key, which means you connect on different steps 3-dimensional objects which do not seem to have much in common with each other, but they connect. you know, from the surrealist game of folding drawings by several people. To make life more interesting for art than life, which is a compliment to an inspirational artist called Robert Fio, which is important to us.